There is, yeah, sorry, there's a poll here now just and I just wanted to ask what was the hardest part of staying profitable on Amazon right now? So got a few options there. Whether it's Amazon kind of changing the rules very regularly, those costs fa stacking up faster than you can actually track them. I think that's one of the winners. Well, yeah, we've got honestly, it's all of the above, which I think is true. As Yulia said earlier, it can be death by a thousand cuts at times. So that is why it's important to stay on top of all of it. So in this one, I want to touch on storage fees. And I think the key thing to remember here is that often we just don't track them fast enough until it's too late. And that's what I see across a lot of brands. It becomes a problem when it's already a problem. So you can stop that from happening by checking faster and earlier, as I'll show. Because the thing is, these fees they creep up and then spike, and then it's trouble. So by the time your inventory hits those 180, 270, 365 days in FBA, you're getting hit with surcharges up to $6.90 per cubic foot. So on top of that, regular storage and fulfillment fees, you have that to deal with. And the next piece is that obviously if left unchecked, it means that it blocks your ability to send and replenish those fast moving SKUs. So I think if you're not tracking it weekly, it does compound. Just leads to losing both money and control over your catalog. So um, I'm sure you're aware of what happens once inventory sits in FBA too long. Those costs don't increase then, they compound. So that's those fees spiking at those day intervals I mentioned. And of course, they're stacking on top of your base storage and fulfillment costs. So you can be paying up to that 690 per cubic foot. Um, and it is quite a profit erosion. SKUs that looked fine last month now begin to tank your margin. And the issue there just isn't just the cost, it's the speed. So once things age out, you have to move them fast or start blocking the rest of your inventory strategy. The good news is, of course, it is fixable. So, um, important point to note, April, Amazon did bring back some ASIN level restock limits. So what that means is if you're overstocked in slow moving inventory, Amazon can block you from sending in more of your best sellers. So now you're stuck. You got too much of the wrong thing sitting in FBA. You can't replenish what's actually driving your business. And so on top of that, marketing might still be pushing those aged SKUs, which creates more problems instead of clearing them out. Or sorry, those underutilized SKUs. So AWD isn't currently subject to these limits. It's worth mentioning, but as Bogdan pointed out, it can be expensive. So you're faced with a real kind of inventory strategy challenge. Um, so it's not just about the money, as I mentioned, it's about maintaining that catalog control. So I think this is the piece where you either win or lose, and it's just on those weekly ops. So actually put in here pulling that age inventory report every 2 weeks, and I think actually it should be almost every week, 1 to 2 weeks. Really should be done alongside your inventory replenishment reports. So really want to be flagging SKUs that are approaching those 180, 270, 365 day thresholds. Obviously working on the piece on the resizing packaging piece, which we mentioned, but probably the key bit here is to loop in the marketing function. So if that means giving them visibility over what's happening on the stock front. So whether that's stuff that's coming up to age inventory or even outside of FBA, what does the forecast look like for those units across the business? Just giving them oversight. So because really there are only those two levers that you can use, which is marketing and pricing to kind of either slow sales, avoid stock out, or increase and ramp up.